Now let's move over to South Africa's election. The African National Congress has taken a clear lead in the vote. Results so far show the party has retained more than 60%, as it has done in every election since coming to power in 1994. The Election Commission says half the ballots have been counted so far. Wednesday's poll was the first time people born after the end of apartheid had the chance to vote. Haru Mutasa, live for us from Pretoria. Haru, despite all these corruption allegations, these protests against the ANC, it's still clearly taking a very obvious lead. Why is that?
Well, yes, it is, and we are at the nerve centre of the election centre. This is where all the collating and counting is going on. So the people sitting there, they're frantically tallying in all the figures, all the numbers, and it does show, yes, that the ANC is taking a clear lead. One reason because of this is it helped end apartheid. That's how people see this party as. But the best way to explain it is, imagine you live in a country where you're treated badly because of the colour of your skin by the minority. You're not going to forget that very easily, and you won't let your children forget that either. So you'll keep supporting the Liberation Party, the party that brought you freedom, and you keep hoping that officials will one day deal with issues that are relevant to the poor. This isn't new to South Africa. I mean, look at Zimbabwe across the border. Many people there still support ZANU-PF because it helped end colonialism. Look at Mozambique and the ruling party there, Frelimo. It's the same thing. But people say that could one day change if these liberation parties don't do more to address the needs of the poor. Laura?
Haru, nevertheless, there are people who are saying that the lead is the margin of the lead is going to be smaller than in the past. Where might it not have fared so well?
Well, it might not have done well in places, I suppose, where people just feel after 20 years since the end of apartheid, the government didn't do enough to look after them. I mean, we speak to people who say, I've been on a waiting list for houses since 1996. I'm still waiting for decent accommodation. I'm still waiting for water, still waiting for electricity. That could explain why we're seeing a lot of violent protest in some areas. I mean, in 2009, the ANC got about 65% of the national vote. If it gets less this time round, it could be a wake-up call for the leadership. I think in public they will be celebrating that they've won this election according to the national vote, but in private they could be saying, let's pull up our socks. The opposition parties, the Democratic Alliance and the new kids on the block, the economic freedom fighters, seem to be doing fairly well. So I think the leadership in the ANC will go away thinking, what can we do to make sure we don't lose votes if that is the case, if that is indeed what has happened this time.
Haru Mutasa reporting there live for us from Pretoria. Thanks very much for the update there, Haru.